So welcome to this webinar where we're going to talk about making your own floor menu, as well as showing some of the new features in RoboTrax. Yes, feel free to ask any questions in the chat during the presentation. We'll have a look at it, and afterwards the webinar will also be available for you to see. So. Just to introduce ourselves, I'm Kasper. I'm the product manager of WizeFloor. Work as a principal software architect here at the Alexander Institute, who created WizeFloor.
Yes, and I'm Sophie, and I'm the UX designer here and helping at the WizeFloor team.
Yeah, so just a quick history of WizeFloor. It's a product that's been out there for many years now, built upon research from Aarhus University and the Alexander Institute. So we have a history way back to 2003, working at various libraries and schools and working with educators, teachers, children, students to build the WizeFloor. So it was launched in Denmark in 2012 and internationally in 2014. And we have various hardware solutions available that can be used. As you can see in the corner, both mobile versions and ceiling-based versions. So just a quick recap about what WizeFloor can do. WizeFloor brings in movement, play, and learning into the everyday life. Try to do something about the more sedentary teaching to bring up the pulse of the children and make learning fun and engaging. We have a lot of focus on collaboration and discussion that the children help each other out during the game, playing the games, discuss ideas, share knowledge. We have a very large focus on creating your own content, so you can use the tools that we'll also be showing today to create your own games, which makes it very versatile, so you can use it in many different domains. We also have this online community where you can discover various content, take the content, use it as it is, create a copy. So there's a lot of different games available that you can use. Yeah, so we have the WizeFloor Create, which is our portal, you could say, where you can create your own content. Yeah, so you can use any device you have, whether it be a phone or a tablet or a computer, to create the games. So you just log into the website, and then you can go create your games. When you create games, you can select from one of our templates, and then you can share it with the online community, the games you make, and you can of course also get inspiration yourself for the various games. Yeah, so this brings us to the first topic of today, about how you can create your own floor menu. The floor menu is the starting page on your floor. So when you start up the floor, there will be some kind of menu. We provide various default menus you can use with games for daycare, schools, elder care, whatever, and that will contain some games that we have selected. But if you want to create your own game, you want to customize it so it's a nice front page containing a picture of your school, for example, then that's possible, and that's what we're going to show you how to do today. So there are basically two options. You can base it on an existing menu, take something from the community, take the menu that was installed on your WizeFloor from the beginning, or you can start completely from scratch and develop your own floor menu here. When you have created your own menu, then you can go into your group settings and set the default menu that should appear both on the floor and in the WizeFloor Create web portal. So yeah, I'll just go into a demo. Yeah, so I hope you can see the menu now, or the website here. So I'll just log in on the web portal. Just go to wizefloor.com/app. Yeah, so here we have the landing page for the group. Our group is called WizeFloor Demo, but it would be the name of your school. So here we have the various section, the newest games in your group, the most popular games in your group. And then we have tiles down here, which we call our games. And here you could have a selection of various stacks and other tiles that are available. And this is the default menu. So you can see if I click show all here, then I have this standard 100 games for schools, which is a stack that we have developed here at the WizeFloor, which contains various great games you can use. But you could imagine that you want to have something else, maybe customize this a little bit and add in your own games. You have created a good game for your own school, then you can do this very easily. So what you would do is to go to functions, and then you can copy this folder, because this is a folder owned by the WizeFloor team. So if you want to change this, you will copy this folder. So when I click copy, then I click OK. And you can see now I have 100 games for schools with a copy at the end. And I can see now I own this folder. So what's important to know here is that all these games are not copies; they are kind of linked into this stack. So these games are still owned by WizeFloor. So if you want to copy the fun and games, then you would need to create a copy of that as well. But right now I can edit this 100 games for school on the root level here. So you can see now I have an option to edit. I can also create a new stack or a new tile. So if I want to create something entirely new, I'll just show how to add new content to this stack. So I click the edit button, and then I get into these settings, so I can change the name. So so this will be 100 games for my school. Then you can go change. So say I want to have something else than the WizeFloor logo. I want a picture of my school, and I'll just search for a school in here, see if there's a good picture. Yeah, so say this is my school. It looks a little sad, but okay. But I can change the center image. That's the image that is displayed in the middle of the floor. I can also go change the background image if I want to have something else, but I'll show that a bit later. So when I open the tiles subsection here, I can see I have all the games. So I could say I don't want the food game. Then you can go delete this from the folder, for example. So if there's some games you don't want to have, you can remove them. And you can say I want to add a new tile to this stack. So I press the new. Then I can search. So I don't know if that's a good game. So there's a Pong game. Pong Fireball, that sounds cool.
Does it search in all the community games?
Yeah. So this is community game. You can see that from the globe. So I can just use that here. I could also add a new one. You can also choose one of the sections. So I want to see the newest games in my group. Then we have various games available that you can add. Yeah, so I can now say save. Wait a little bit. You can see now we have the Pong Fireball game here. So now I can press start on my computer, so I can test it out. Then you can see we have changed the picture, and now we have the Pong Fireball in here. So that's one way to change the floor menu just by copying something existing. So you could also, if you search for something, for example, if you're in early years, you can search for a folder, early years, and say I want to use this folder as the basis for my school. then you can, of course, just use this as it is, and you can also create a copy from this and set it as your default. Yeah, so now we can now we have the folder and we can go edit it. So to set it as the default, I go into let me see. I think it disappeared. Okay, sorry. I know what it is. Yeah. First of all, when you copy, then it's created for your user. You need to share it with your group first. I forgot that. So I go edit, and then you can go share, and then you say share with my group. That's important, because if you only have it on your private account, then others in your group can see it. So if I press save here, yeah. So if I go to my group, then we can see now this folder is available to all users in your group. So I can go to edit group, go to welcome page, then I can change to 100 games for my school and press save. And now that will appear on all on both your floor and your page. So you can see here down here. Then we have the Pong Fireball included in this section. So that's how we would go about changing from an existing version. So the other option is to create your own menu from scratch. Say you want to select various content from the community, then you can do that. So you would go to a new tile here at the top. Then you would select this template called a stack. So that gives you an empty menu. So this was normally call it menu for my school. We'll try to change the center image again. So let's just search for school. And you can of course upload your own content here. So yeah, let's just take this one again. Yeah, so if I press save and we try to launch it, then you will have a completely empty menu. So I press start here. You see we have an empty menu. There's nothing shown. But then you can start to build up. So if I go to the menu here, you can start creating stacks inside the stack. But you can also select something from the community. So again, if I go to tiles, I want to have something with math, for example. Then we see we get various stacks here, math and numeracy. Let's just take this mathematics, like that. We'll also include a football game. So we search and there's a football game. Let's take that one. So really basic right now. Yeah. So there are also various settings you can use here. You can change the theme. In addition to uploading your own, you can also just change to something else like water, grass, space. Let's take the space because it looks cool. You can set how many games you want to display per page. You could imagine that it can be a bit overwhelming if there are too many games displayed, and maybe you want to reduce the number of games on each page. You can show, should the title be displayed? Should there be a description displayed on the card explaining what the games are about, for example? Do you want to have a search button? Then the children can search for games. Do you want to have the history displaying the most recent games you have used? There's the popular section, the most popular games, the newest, showing the newest games of the group. And then there's the community section. So say I want to have the newest games, because then I can see the newest games in my group, but I don't want to allow the children to browse the community, for example. So we'll just use the newest group. Again, you can set the target group. So say this is a game about mathematics. Yeah, and then we press save. So now you can see we have the two tiles. So if I press start on computer, then we have the space theme, we have the two folders, and we have the newest folder up here, which shows the newest content. Then you get all the content of your group displayed. Yes. Good. So those are the two basic options. And again, here you can go to welcome page. Say now I want the menu for my school to be the default. And when I get back to the main page, then it will display the games that you have selected. So in this case, only 2 games. But then you can start to build the games you would like to use, to maybe make a selection for specific groups in your school. That's possible in here. Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it. How to do it. So it's not very hard. Of course, it will take a little time to build up if you want to build something from scratch. But you're very welcome to use some of the menus we have already created. So you can, for example, search for 50. Then we have 50 games, 50 leisure games, 50 games for schools. We have the 100 games for schools available you can look at. And also look for school guide. That also contains a selection of many different games you can use. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we also have another variation of a folder called a sequence, but Sophia will show that in a moment in combination with RoboTrax. So yeah, I hope that that made sense. So let's move over to the RoboTrax, the new features in RoboTrax. And of course, let us know if there's any questions.
Yes, so I can't remember when we launched the RoboTrax a couple of months, no, before this summer vacation, I think. So we have added some new features also, but the whole premise of RoboTrax is that there is focus on programming, especially both for smaller and bigger kids. And yeah, we developed it here and tested it out with children on the local library here in Aarhus. And what we found out was that we tested mostly the physical robot, as you can see here, with a B-bot. So it's possible to use the physical robot mode on the digital floor. And we also developed a virtual mode, which you can see a bit of here. We made a little mouse game where the mouse has to get the cheese and get to the mouse hole. And here it's also possible for you to create your own games and also modify the existing, I can't say that word, in the create mode.
Yeah, there are many games available in the community already. So
yeah, we also just launched some new RoboTrax games, treasure hunt themed, but I'm gonna show that. So we worked a little bit on some new features. And now it is possible to run the games in sequence, which means that when you got the mouse into the goal, like the mouse hole, you can continue to the next game without, like, in a better flow. So like you're leveling up your game, and so it can get easier. It can change the layout of the space and so on. And yeah, it's also possible to change the default grid origin. So it's when you are placing the elements in the grids, it's based on the X and Y axis. so it's easier for
like a standard coordinate system.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bit easier to say where you want the cheese and the traps and the start and so on. And also the walls are possible to hide and show in the settings. So you can make this like kind of maze, but you can also do it without the maze layout. And then we added the new button controls to increase difficulty, and that is these two, the rotation buttons right here. So now we have added a bit of difficulty in rotating. So the player also have to think about which way the mouse or the object you are moving is facing. And that's just gonna give a bit more difficult in your cognitive thinking. Yeah. So instead of turning right, you also have to turn degrees to turn downwards and upwards and so on.
Yeah.
Yes. How do I switch screen for demo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna search for the newest folder in WizeFloor. Oh, nope. I think we called it treasure hunt. Yeah. So we made a sequence folder here. So I can just try and start it, then you can see what the sequence does. So you actually start up the game right away, right here, and down here you can see there's like this continue button, so you can easier go through to the next games when you are finished with it. So you can just walk through instead of getting out of the game and seeing the floor menu as Kasper showed before.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you start the game and complete the game, then it will switch to a continue button.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
yeah,
do you have the? Oh yeah, we can try to walk to.
Yeah.
Maybe. In this case, the difficulty will increase and have various controls.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Yeah.
We'll just go out here.
Yeah.
Oh, I switched page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So here the 4 games up here is kind of the normal level, and then the 5 and 6 I increased the difficulty with the rotation buttons. So yes. So if you press start, you can see here. Oh. So if I wanna turn, for example, up, I go up, you can see where we had to add this arrow so you know which way the robot is facing, and it can be a bit hard with the crab, for example, because the way it's built. So to make a left turn here, I don't have like a left turn, I have to rotate to continue that way, and again and again. And for example, here I also have to rotate. I can't just turn up and down right away. So it's a bit more difficult to get a hand of which way the crab is actually facing. So it's up and down and then rotate. So yeah, and sometimes children will like stand and face the same way as the robot to get a better like experience of which way it's facing. Yeah.
Oh.
But let's see the time. I can just try to show the settings because it's also, oh no, we didn't, we can copy it.
Yeah.
For example, if I copy, you can also do that and change the theme or something and just use the layout of the labyrinth. But in the settings, it's possible to change what kind of buttons you want. For example, you can, for example, turn off the rotation right up here. So here are the buttons. So you can just change this to up, down, left, right instead of the rotating buttons. And of course, here, if you have a physical robot, you have to turn that on also in here. Yeah, so if you are thinking that is too hard, you can always go in here. You can also change the grid width and height of the game. Yeah. Okay. So now here the buttons change. So now it's just the more normal way of directing the crab around. So up, down, left, right. So, and that can be easier for smaller children or children starting to program. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the grid origin is set to the standard coordinate system per default. So there's no you can do that, and you can also if you want to have the queue of commands where you need to plan a bit more in advance, you can also enable that for this game if you want to do that. So yeah, great. So yeah, we're running out of time. Yeah, so if there's any questions, let us know. Otherwise, you can always go to our app to get more help. You can get a 30-day free trial if you don't have a WizeFloor. And if there are any issues, you feel free to write on our support email, and we'll try to help you out as good as we can.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and we also have made some tutorials for our YouTube channel, WizeFloor, so you can also get a feeling of, for example, RoboTrax and so on. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks a lot for your time, and have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.